inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
inside of the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside of the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside of the trenches.
Well, hello, somebody. It's time to move our body. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite. And y'all know this must be Monday Fun Day, baby, because we back in the saddle over here at Loyola Studios. Big ups to my co-hosts in the building. We got CL NOLA, and we also got Lil Chris in the building. And most importantly, baby, we got you. Now, check this out. We want to give a big, huge shout out to all of our sponsors. Remember, you could get Gordan and get it done, baby. Remember, 504-800-8888. Get Gordan, get it done. And guess what? Right now, we're running a Teacher's Appreciation Special. That's right, Teacher Appreciation. So what we're doing is you guys can visit getgordan.com/teach. Again, it's getgordan.com/teach. Y'all check us out. What's cool about this is you can nominate, like if it's a janitor at the school, you can nominate whether the cafeteria lady, you might have a job, right? You see somebody busting their tail at work each week, you can nominate that person as well. Remember, that site is getgordan.com/teach. Big shout out to Health Nut System. That's right, Dr. Kendra. Look, she told us she got us for sure. It's her Zen 1 product. CL, she talking about seeing results within the first 3 days.
I'm all about results.
3 days. So y'all visit stillbody.org right now, all natural products. This line here, our athletes can actually take. So quick story, me and Dr. Kendra was talking. She called me back yesterday. She's like, Fave, wait, you know this one isn't like the Still Body. Like, athletes could take this. It don't have any, what I mean by like that, y'all, it doesn't have any banned substances in it. The cool part about it is you taking something all natural, and guys like us, particularly our collegiate linemen and our professional linemen, we always got to make weight. Always got to make weight. So I think that would be a cool thing for you guys to look into. Again, stillbody.org. And last but certainly not least, Conquer Sports Pros. Y'all visit csportspros.com. Again, that number is C. I need me get a little water in here. csportspros.com. Visit that if you're looking for training, consultation, if you're looking for recruiting assistance, you name it, visit csportspros.com. Well, fellas, we had ourselves a busy day today, in the last few days, but today in particular, with the free agency tracking. A lot of surprises today. I thought, for the most part, things flowed pretty good, especially locally. I look forward to talking to you guys about that. CL, I'll come to you first. Let's just say this. What do you think was the biggest deal of the day? Let's just start there.
The biggest deal of the day for the Saints, or the biggest deal of the day in the National Football League?
In the whole National Football League, I'm talking about out of all the deals that was done today, which one really stood out to you?
Well, I would have to bring you back to Thursday or Friday, where the Baltimore Ravens gives up 2 first-round picks to – I'm sorry. Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens gives up 2 first-round picks to the Raiders. To the Raiders to bring in Max Crosby. You're talking about, first of all, I'm never sure if a guy is ever worth 2 first-round picks, and I don't doubt Max at all. Max is an unbelievable player, an unblockable gentleman, if you want to be honest. It's just that, first of all, the Baltimore Ravens and the history of the Baltimore Ravens has never given up a first-round pick for a veteran player. And to see something like that happen, which kind of changed the dynamic and lets everybody in Baltimore know that the window is still open, but they're trying to strike while the iron's hot, because, Lamar was possibly on a 3rd MVP, and they haven't even made it to the Super Bowl or the AFC Championship game, to be honest with you. So I think the Max Crosby deal was the biggest deal in this free agency so far.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. At least one of the biggest deals. I think the thing that stands out more about that deal, more than anything else, it's a new head coach. It's Jesse mentoring now. So new regime, things change. We experienced that here in New Orleans. We had a new head coach, so the direction of the team changes. But to your point, that is a big deal. Talk to me a little, Chris, man. What are some of the free agency deals, like to CL's point, over the last few days that really caught your attention? When he whistles, dog, you know it get real.
The Max Crosby deal was absolutely crazy, and definitely the Max Crosby deal that was crazy. Now you put him in the AFC North with T.J. Watt and Trey Hendrickson, and if he stays in Cincinnati, right. And you got T.J. Watt in Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness, and Myles Garrett. Oh my God, those AFC North pass rushers. I feel like I'm gonna tell you who's the biggest loser out of that deal. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow to me is the biggest loser in that trade, because now you have to deal with Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, and now Max Crosby. I hope Bengals, they need to fix that offensive line, because if they don't, I think Joe Burrow's going to get the Andrew Luck treatment, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I think it's pertinent for the Cincinnati Bengals to go after Trent Williams, since it's been known that he's possibly be out there for trade, knowing what, like you said, what's going on in the AFC North, knowing those defensive ends. I think the Trent Williams situation, and of course, this would be breaking news. This hasn't even happened yet, but it would just be tremendous for the Cincinnati Bengals to show up that line with a Trent Williams to help block those monster DNs.
If you're just tuning in, baby, it's Inside the Trenches. We're talking NFL free agency 2026. It has been going wild and all over the place, crazy throughout the last few trades. A lot of people are pleased what happened, and you have some folks are kind of scratching their head like, what the heck's going on? You let us know how you feel. Feel free to, right at the bottom of this show, live right now on the live shot. Let us know what you think of some of the big deals for the day. Did your team improve, etc.? I'm going to go on the offensive side of the ball, guys. Mike Evans leaving Tampa Bay for the Bay. Going to San Francisco, 3-year deal. I thought that's a pretty lengthy deal for a guy that's in his 30s. I think he's approaching mid-30s, if not there.
Oh, he's there.
He's definitely there. That's Johnny Manziel's wide receiver. So Weezy's definitely there. But this does bring a spark to the receiving core for the 49ers, but at the same token, you have Tampa losing one of their biggest targets. Now, they do have Emeka Egbuka. I thought that he had a really good year. They probably kind of looking at this the way Chicago is looking at it. You know, you have Luther Burden III. You also have Rome Aduzi there as well. So it was comfortable for them. That was probably a blockbuster deal last week with DJ Moore going to Chicago. To Buffalo. Yeah, leaving Chicago.
It was a crowded room.
Yeah, it started to get a bit crowded, and you always kind of look at the guy that will cost you the most, but over time will be less productive. You got 2 young receivers. You have yourself a young quarterback. Now it's about protecting a young quarterback and drafting, well around him. So I think that's something to pay attention to. And just Chicago was pretty close. They went to calling Caleb Williams Iceman, and, he was making those pretty good throws. So I think that's something to really pay attention to.
Except the 3 that went to the Rams defense.
Right, that part.
To cost them the playoff win.
Exactly. Hey, y'all. Tua Tagovailoa out of Miami this morning, in Atlanta right after. Is Atlanta just having this rotation of just getting fragile quarterbacks or going after? I mean, see, talk to me about that move. What you think, bro?
Oh, baby. He went
90s on
every
on
year.
That one.
Every year, Atlanta gives us something to laugh about. People obviously reach out to me every time the Falcons do something, and I always curve their enthusiasm when they first came with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was 36 years old coming off of ACL, and I told him I'm supposed to be worried about Kirk Cousins. And then obviously in the draft they get a Michael Penix, and I'm supposed to worry about a left-handed injury-prone quarterback. And
that went to the national championship.
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't win it. Just like the Falcons, they don't win. They don't finish the game. And so now you get a Tagovailoa going to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I will shout out Atlanta because obviously a $1.3 million deal for a veteran quarterback is primarily cheap. But we all know the injury, and not to make light of his injury, but we all know of the injury issues that Tunga has been through. We know that the Falcons' offensive line is fairly decent. The issue is he's not really the answer moving forward. He's more like a placeholder for whatever's going to happen with Penix, whatever they're going to do in the future. But with the $1.3 million, it doesn't cost them that much. The only issue is there's a lot of guys, including myself, are waiting to concuss Tagovailoa one more time and knock him out, not only just this game, but knock him out the league, because I don't think personally that they will keep him in the league if he deals with another concussion.
Absolutely.
So the Atlanta Falcons are really scrambling right now, trying to realize that, we don't really have a sure answer at quarterback once again, because once again, you don't know when Penix will come back coming off that injury he has, maybe around Thanksgiving time. And I know Tua did not come to be a backup. So, once again, Atlanta is not really sure about what they're going to do. One thing we know Atlanta can do, and they can run the football, even though they just lost Algier to
I think you do make a pretty decent point of Atlanta potentially having to go back into the draft
Next year.
for a quarterback.
Next year.
You just draft Michael Penix Jr. You
In the first round.
give Kirk in the first round at the same time and in the same season. Pay Kirk Cousins a ridiculous amount of money
180
for pretty much nothing, and now you go after another quarterback that struggled. You look at Tua's numbers in the last few years; they've definitely declined, especially when he started losing a lot of talent around him. So I look at it from that perspective of what direction is Atlanta going? Are they trying to fall to the mid pack of the NFC South, or are they trying to purposely tank the situation? Now, CL, I mean,
they didn't win the division anyway.
Look, Chris, I want to come to you. Yes, the Panthers did.
Right.
I want to come to you next in regards to a former Indiana receiver, Indianapolis Colts receiver, now Pittsburgh Steeler, and Michael Pittman. I'm about to say Pitts. I'm thinking you got me thinking Kyle Pitts from Atlanta.
They franchise tagged him if he signs it.
Yeah.
So that's another question mark.
Right. Now, didn't they just work a deal between the Steelers?
Well, no, the Steelers just got Pittman to come over to the Steelers.
Correct.
They traded with the Indianapolis Colts.
Right. You think that was a decent deal for the Steelers? Because I mean,
not really, because the DK situation hasn't worked itself out.
That's what I'm saying.
So now you have two number ones trying to figure out who's going to be the alpha dog, and you still don't have a quarterback.
Right. What's your thoughts on that, look, Chris?
I completely agree. Like you said, the DK situation. And, I mean, Michael Pittman is a fairly underrated receiver. But, like you said, no quarterback. Who's going to throw him the football?
Who's running it?
It's just a tricky situation in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it does get a bit tricky. A situation that is coming together fairly well. It's our situation right here, about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes up the road here from where we're at in Loyola, and that's in New Orleans.
Oh, for sure.
Some key departures from the team. Well, the Alontae Taylor situation is, I mean, he's testing the market like Cam Jordan, but the second Demario Davis hit the market, he gets picked up by the Jets. I think that's very interesting because you have a former New Orleans coach in Aaron Glenn there. It's also interesting because Demario Davis certainly started with the Jets.
He did.
That's where he, got drafted, and now it looks like he's going to end his career in New York. A guy that, he owes us nothing in regards to how he impacted the community down here in New Orleans. And in addition to the impact of the community, you're looking at a guy that even in his later years, and he shows a lot with the Jets situation, he could still go. CL, I mean, I know you're probably not a big fan of the direction that team is going in the AFC, but what do you think about DeMario signing with the Jets?
I think it's actually positive. Like you say, Coach Glenn, former DB coach, former defensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. I've been lucky enough to run across him out and about, and we've had conversations in the past. I understand his direction and what he's doing. Like you say, he brings in a Demario Davis, clearly still a leader. Clearly one of the biggest leaders in the NFL to be a catalyst on that defense. We know the Jets defense usually sucks for the most part, so we have somebody to try to at least get it under control and get guys lined up in the right spot. They also brought in a David Amyamata from Atlanta, which formerly he was with us, which once again was under Coach Glenn when he was down here. So I see the direction that Coach is doing as far as trying to get his defense together, because we all know that Coach Glenn is a defensive guy, and if anything, he hangs his hats on defense, so he got some guys that's going to be in the right places and do the right things. So for the Jets, I do think this is something positive they can look forward to. Unfortunately, their quarterback in Justin Fields, who gets paid $20 million a year. I never was a fan of Justin Fields at quarterback. I'm still not. There's a chance for them possibly to get Kirk Cousins or maybe a Murray or somebody. I don't know. But they definitely getting the defense together. So that's a positive for Coach Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, I look at, the type of team the Jets tried to create last season. I mean, big ups to Coach Glenn. You can't pass up on the head coaching job, but he was inherited a mess, pretty much.
Mess.
So I want to switch gears a little bit with the Saints and look at what they've done today in regards to free agency. And again, y'all, if y'all tune in, what do you grade the Saints today? I graded them a B+, and I was being tough. You know, they really did, I thought, A-type work, but I'm like, hey, I'm going to just grade a little hard just because. Right. I want to start with signing or bringing back home Travis Etienne, a player that has proven himself not only in college, but has had some. I mean, on my fantasy team, he definitely showed me love a little bit last season or season 4 last. But a solid running back, a young running back. Look, Chris, when you think about the Saints bringing over Trevor, I keep on saying Trevor.
Travis Etienne.
His brother is Trevor. He's Travis. Bringing over Travis Etienne over to a running back room that, let's be honest, is searching for an identity. Your thoughts on them bringing over Etienne?
I think that is a great signing for the Saints. I mean, the guy ran for 1,100 yards last year.
He did.
7 touchdowns. Had 1,400 yards from scrimmage and 13 touchdowns, rushing and receiving. He had a great season in Jacksonville last year. And that's definitely a huge pickup for the Saints. I mean, I guess we ain't gonna get Jeremiah Love no more. It seems like it.
Well, I mean, that window is still open.
Yeah.
You know, of course, a lot of people call my phone behind that. The Travis was an important situation. For 3 years now, I've been looking for the replacement of Alvin Kamara.
I was just about to say
and
that
I think we all know that if you watch this show, if you talk to me, if you're blessed to have my phone number, I've been trying to find the replacement of Alvin Kamara because I understand that he's not a workhorse back. He needs another guy next to him to carry the load on offense. And it's no disrespect to Alvin. He is what he is. And I also used to have a problem with his number, his cap number. His cap number was $18 million. He was getting paid $11 million a year to be a scat back, if you will. So now that we have a true workhorse back, which we still have younger backs like a Miller, like a Miller, like a Neal. They're coming off of injuries, but there's still and there's still a possibility that we could trade an Alvin Kamara and get him out the way, but you'll know if we still turn around and get Jeremiah Love, because it's possible that which I don't think he will drop to us, but it's possible that he drops to us. You'll know that Alvin's on the way out. In all respect to Alvin, no disrespect at all. This is a young man's game, and Alvin is considered a running back. Is not a young man anymore.
Well, I mean, them drafting Jeremiah Love does kind of push towards the back seat now.
Yeah. And
now we're looking more linebacker, edge rusher, maybe, as you like to mention a lot, fortifying the offensive line a bit more, which we'll get to that here in a second. But I think about the Alvin Kamara situation. You about to say me Kamara. Alvin Kamara situation. Hey, bro, you from New Orleans, man. Hey, shit, that's how it flow over here. Yeah. That boy Alvin Kamara, you heard me? Shit, it is what it is. But in Kamara's case, you do have a situation where he restructured his contract.
Thank you, Alvin.
Freed up $10.1 million.
Thank you, brother.
So he told you if he's not here, he'll be somewhere on the island sipping pina coladas. Yeah. Someone who's definitely been a pillar in the community in regards to appearances and, just being that staple of a veteran of a running back, should I say now. But we saw what's put on tape is what's put on tape. Even with a terrible offensive line, he's not the Alvin Kamara we knew in New Orleans the first 3 years when Drew Brees was here. And that's fine. I do think he could have a spark season. Well, he may give us a rack. But just looking at this situation from the outside, looking in, you have a coach, CL laughing because it's real, son. And him and Christian McCaffrey is still kind of
not my eyes.
Christian.
It was at first.
It was, but
not
then
my eyes.
Christian had good offensive lines throughout
in San Francisco,
and in Carolina at the time, man, he had Cam Newton. Come on now.
Well, Alvin had a Hall of Fame quarterback.
So we looking at them years.
Offensive player of the year. Offensive player of the year at wide receiver. Yeah. A decent defense. Like to me, there's just no comparison.
Well, in the first few years he had that's what a comparison. I think Christian started to take off a little bit more, especially in the San Francisco years, the Saints declining years.
And I don't never count the San Francisco years. I always try to get people to focus on the Carolina years where you couldn't tell me who the other wide receiver was. Christian McCaffrey was 36% of the Carolina's offense. So that means he was a work back. That means everybody tried to stop him when they lined up on defense.
He had Cam Newton. I mean, that's a big. You got Superman. The threat in the running game is with him.
Cam after the fact, not MVP Cam. He didn't have MVP Cam.
I mean, he had Cam. I'm just saying at some point he had
Who
Cam.
was his wide receivers?
I mean, he definitely had Benjamin, old boy from Florida State.
Overweight. Overrated.
I'm just saying,
no Michael Thomas.
Was DJ Moore there?
No.
You had DJ Moore for a short. So, I mean, the Saints receiving, if the point you're trying to get to is the Saints receiving core definitely was better.
For sure.
So was the quarterback. Alvin had a Hall of Fame.
I mean, he had Drew Brees, he had Sean Payton. I mean, we can add a few things that he's had, but he also had another running back. You know, he had a fullback he was sharing with Tobi.
A fullback.
So the running back will get the ball most of these years with Alvin. He's splitting the rock time with Mark Ingram. I
just got one question.
Did you get the call for Prime?
I just got one question, gentlemen. If you're looking at the Saints offense and you have Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, we also had a nice tight end at the time, and you have Alvin Kamara as well as a Mark Ingram, because everybody's forgetting about Mark Ingram.
I just mentioned Mark Ingram.
Who do you plan? No, I'm sorry, not you, brother.
No,
you
the
on
fan
it.
base. Yeah.
Who do you plan on stopping? You don't say, oh, Alvin is the key guy we stop. No, it's Drew Brees. When you look at the Carolina Panthers, no matter who the quarterback was, no matter who the wide receivers was, the tight ends was,
Christian McCaffrey was the focus
Christian McCaffrey was the focus guy to stop on defense.
The Cam Newton days.
But that was late Cam. That wasn't MVP Cam.
But it still was Cam. Christian been there.
I'll give you 2017 Cam for sure.
Yeah, Christian got
but
that.
But
Cam
won the MVP in 15.
Yeah.
And Christian got that in 17?
Yeah.
So we had Carolina's Pro Bowl offensive guard come sit on this in the same exact seat. Well, it's your seat.
Yeah.
And speak about the how impactful Cam was those years. But after that, Cam was a shell of himself.
I mean,
with the injuries.
Yeah.
The lack of Cam couldn't hit the side of a barn. Come on, y'all. You know what? Look it up. Y'all look it up. Don't listen to me. Look it up.
I just felt like Christian McCaffrey, the points you making my point. Alvin Kamara never was really featured. Like you said, he had Drew Brees. He shared
when
time.
Mark left, he was.
But I'm not counting. Like I'm always talking about the first 2 years.
Christian McCaffrey is still balling today. Christian McCaffrey is still giving you 1,000 yards with injuries and everything. Alvin Kamara has never given you 1,000 yards.
But what did I say from the beginning? San Francisco. I told you that. So, but anyway, the Saints definitely improved their offensive line today.
Yeah,
for sure.
$61 million definitely proved that David Edwards, guard from Buffalo. I like the clip. I like the clip that they showed. Like you mentioned, the number 1 guard in free agency. I like the clip that they showed from when they played the Saints. Boy, threw them out the club. When we played against Buffalo, we got to pick that game too. They didn't show that, but. You know, we're bringing in a guy. I like how we go about it, right? We check a person out like Demario Davis. He came in and shined against us with the Jets. Here in New Orleans, lead to know next year he comes straight to New Orleans. So, you know, I look at that as well. And Noah Fant, bringing in a tight end. We talked about, now this is us going back last Monday. We had the holidays. We might have talked about it a little bit before Mardi Gras. We said tight end, big target tight end. We said offensive line. We did say receiver, which now I'm starting to look at wide receiver the first few days. I mean, we still have a couple more days here, y'all. Y'all may be watching this on Thursday. Today's Monday. So, you know, things may change, but I'm looking at the years of the contracts. Like, this is a guard we bringing in. 6 years. 4 years. Yeah, you're going to be a Saint for a while. You here, brother. Yeah. You know, and like you said, number 1 guard on the free agent board. Mm-hmm. We bring in a trusted tight end who has experience.
Former first-round pick.
Former first-round pick. And in addition to that, he's someone, CL, that has been productive on my fantasy football. Once again, I'm trying to tell y'all,
And in
bro,
real life.
I didn't drafted him on the fantasy football team. He done balled out for me off of real life stats.
Yes.
Like this is real.
Seattle, Cincinnati, no
Denver,
offense.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been around the league. He's experienced.
Well, what it does is it helps us focus more on 12 personnel. We can run the two tight end, and shouts out to Jawan Johnson,
Absolutely.
who had become to catch the ball better later on in the season and was more of a dependable target to us. But in real life, he's really a huge wide receiver. I don't necessarily call him a tight end. Yes, he plays the tight end position, but a true tight end, an inline blocker, a guy that can detach from the line, and that's a Noah Fant. He can actually do that, and we can run a 12 personnel. And to the people that don't understand what that is, that's where we could run a 2 tight end formation. So you're not 100% sure if we're going to run the football. You're not 100% sure if we're going to pass the ball. It gives more of a deception on offense. We're not as vanilla and not as easy to predict. And obviously with the addition of Travis Etienne, a true workhorse back, 1,000-yard back, a multi-touchdown a year back. We have weapons now to help a Tyler Shuck because, last year we didn't have weapons at all. We only had one back to give us a 30-yard plus run, and that was number 30 against the Titans last year.
Right.
Not an Alvin Kamara. So, it just speaks to having more weapons for us to help Tyler Shuck as we take hold of the division.
You're a GM for the Saints.
Thank God.
Are you drafting a running back?
I can, but I don't have to spend that first round or second round.
So you're saying, but you are drafting one.
I honestly, and I obviously had this argument earlier today. I still respect and think that a Miller and a Neal can be an effective.
So we can really stay away from the running backs right now.
If we're gonna move on from Alvin now that his contract is more doable, now that his contract is more tradable for a 33-year-old running back, I might be wrong on your age, Alvin. But now his contract is more tradable. Now he's more appealing to somebody that feels like they're a player away. Obviously Kansas City went and got the Super Bowl MVP in Walker.
Yeah.
So obviously the Kansas City deal is out the door. So I can still get it back.
I got where you're going.
Because I like the boy Allen from Penn State, the all-time leading rusher from Penn State.
Okay.
I just want to go with a youth move.
You're saying mid-round they may look at a younger running back.
Because we got an extra pick.
Yeah. Now, we got a little time here, y'all. Now, talk to me. What's the next position they need to look at? Whether it's, you still got a couple more days in free agency. Which direction they need to go next? Like, what you feel like after tight end has been addressed, running back has been addressed, guard has been addressed. What needs to be addressed next?
Let's go to the defensive side.
Okay.
Let's fill in the spot to replace Demario Davis. We could see how Danny Stutzman can turn out, but if not, let's plug in that hole at linebacker. If Cam Jordan decides to leave, what should we do at defensive end? I like the signing of D-tackle John Ridgeway, for sure, the third.
That's another deal. I forgot that happened.
Solid rotational guy.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what other slot corner we could replace with Alontae Taylor.
I'm with that. Look, guys, I think the Saints has definitely positioned themselves to get experience but stay young. I think that's the biggest notes I saw from today. You have enough experience. Areas you've started to age in, like linebacker, defensive end, you see Coach Kellen Moore slowly but surely addressing these areas, bringing in or locking up the deal with the Chase Young. You talk about Ridgeway. He was definitely a good support player last year. You bring him in to show up that and, basically be a starter on the interior for your heavy player. They got heavy rotation on the D-line. I think right now the next focus for certainly should be linebacker. But look, y'all, we're going to focus on the next segment here. We're going to keep this thing going. Later on in the show, y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to have Chef Gason come on and talk a little bit of March Madness meals for us, talk a little tailgate, Pelicans food or what have you. You got the party by your house. He has the perfect dishes for you. And once again, y'all, we want to thank Get Gordan and Get It Done. I was almost on a beat right there. That's right, Get Gordan right here in the New Orleans area. Right now, I want y'all to visit getgordan.com/teachers. Remember, it's getgordan.com/teachers and nominate your teacher of the month. We want to shine a light on that teacher or janitor or cafeteria worker or whomever at your school or your workplace you want to shine a light on, and we want to for sure give that person all of the love. Get Gordan and get it done. And remember, if you have been involved in a personal injury or been in a car accident at work or whether you're on a highway, go ahead and get Gordan and get it done, baby. Call 504-800-8888. Y'all don't go nowhere, baby, because we're going to go college football next. We're going to talk a little college football right here on the show, and we'll be joined by Chef Gason later on in our next hour. It's Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge, baby. Hello, somebody. It's time to move your body.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Here is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them, for the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before in state-of-the-art recording, news, and editing studios. Created just for you. Learn skills that will never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you were always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you were always meant to break them. Become the creative professional you are destined to be at the Anchor Institution for the Creative Economy. This is a stage, a world stage. New Orleans, culture rich. Loyola, hands-on access. Make the next move. Perform and work immediately. We do things differently. Use your creativity to impact society. Expand your mind. Be with and for others. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Well, hello, somebody. It's time to move y'all body. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Fave Favorite, and you guys are in the livest show, livest place right here at Loyola Studios. I got my phone as my computer. Loving it. I got to kind of update my case, though. This kind of look like a Tetris phone. But we want to, there you go. That's how you do it right there. We want to give a big ups to Dr. Kendra and Health Nut System. Remember, y'all, be sure to visit stillbody.org for all of her great products. I'm super interested in her new weight loss product, the Zen One, all natural, give you all the herbs and spices you need for the day. But most importantly, curb your appetite. Especially for us big guys, we could use stuff like that. You know, I be wanting to eat throughout the day and, you know, can't really, you know, eat like a big bear, you know what I'm saying? You got to kind of especially when you get to my age, you got to kind of like, slow it down a little bit. And sometimes I can't slow it down. So I exercise the way I exercise. And you need to go ahead and do like I'm going to go ahead and do and get that Zen 1 from Dr. Kendra. The reviews are great. There's a lady, she told me don't even really exercise like that. And she lost like 10, 15 pounds in like 3 or 4 weeks just, taking her products. And, hey, y'all going to be, I hadn't got on them yet, but I will be on them soon. I have been on her total body. And if y'all go to my story, y'all can see, big dude, 300 pounds, still hold a 4-pack.
Big dog.
Big as a
gorilla.
Visit stillbody.org for more information. Fellas, Louisiana sports is hot, baby. Tulane definitely saved us last year by making it to the college football playoffs. They did lose to a red-hot Ole Miss team, but nonetheless, they did get there. And LSU said, we not playing around with this. Like, we're going to hire Coach Lane Kiffin. Like, before Tulane played Ole Miss in the playoffs, Kiffin was already at LSU. Like, Weezy was out of there. You know what I'm talking about? And
Cane's chicken.
You saw that right quick. Things do change. And these two football programs are now in their spring off season. I was on Ollie's page earlier, CL.
Yeah, I was too.
And he
Great
had
catch.
you saw that big time catch he had?
Touchdown.
Friend of the show, Oliver Mitchell. Y'all can check out his full interview right here on ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube Live on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite. But he's definitely looking like a player that is coming into his own in year 2. And I think Coach Hall understands and know he has a dog in Oliver Mitchell.
Well, obviously, Ollie's a friend of the show, and he's come on, and we know Ollie is a 50-50 ball type of guy, and he will make the play. I'm sure Coach Hall is seeing it throughout spring right now. I know everybody looks good in shorts and helmets, but he's really showing up for them immediately. It's going to be hard to keep him off the field. I'm excited to see what Tulane has coming through, especially with the new dome practice field. Sitting on Claiborne Avenue, uptown New Orleans. I'm just excited for the green wave all around.
I am, and on the defensive side of the ball, I saw that Amani Cargo, another friend of the show, has been, really getting some live reps out there with the DBs and working his way into the rotation. So I do look forward to those guys in the spring game. Chris, anybody you hearing about over at Tulane balling out? Anybody that we should look forward to in the spring?
Oh, absolutely. Our offense, I would say Destin Hill, wide receiver from LSU.
Another cowboy.
Yeah, man, 4-star prospect. I'm excited for him. He didn't get that much playing time at LSU. He comes over to Tulane. I think he definitely has a chance to spark up the offense this year with new head coach, new culture. Well, not that much of a new culture, but somewhat of a new culture, especially for him, coming back down here to New Orleans. I'm excited to see how Destin Hill will be as Tulane's new wide receiver.
Right. And CL, another friend of the show, Kellen Tasby, he talked about potentially playing a little bit of tight end, definitely a big target guy. So I look forward to seeing what he does as well. And like Chris said, when you think of Tulane, it's not so much of a culture shift. The culture kind of stays the same. You do have a new head coach who's already hired in-house. Yeah. So it's not so much of the players trying to get used to a new coach and trying to learn a new system, but perfecting what they already have.
And I think it's a win-win for the Tulane Green Wave. Hiring from within, having a guy that was already in the building off of Coach Summerall's camp already. He already knows everybody. He already understands the culture. And I think that was the issue we had with Coach Kelly in Baton Rouge. Yeah. He did not understand the culture of LSU or Baton Rouge. With Coach Hall, I believe that he does. I believe he has a foot up over all the coaches that are first-time coaches this year, and I think it's nothing but positive things for the Tulane Green Wave.
Man, it's funny you do bring up Coach Kelly because last week, as y'all know, he went on a podcast and he talked about in so many words, not having the resources that Coach Kiffin has now. But if you go back to the beginning of when he got here, and like I said, there's no diss. Like Jay-Z said, this ain't a diss song, it's a real song. You know what I'm saying? There's no, throwing shade at him, but you clearly said that you didn't want to go through the portal and get guys you want to build through high school football. So because Coach Lanning and Coach Lane and Coach Sarkisian, they understood that, hey, we got to hit that portal if we want to continue. So we fell back behind the 8 ball. So now it's like, oh, we getting all this. He said that LSU was paying their players somewhere around $40 million, and obviously we only got like $25 million to work with or something along those lines. But, I mean, you can't get mad at Coach Kiffin for being strategic and unique in how he's, running his team. We'll talk about LSU here, our last few minutes, but I just think that from that perspective, your boy tried to, and guys, they didn't really give me the resources that I needed.
And to hear the fact that
crazy.
A person at LSU felt like they didn't have the resources, knowing that they print money in Baton Rouge. Literally, they print money in Baton Rouge. And for you to sit up here and say that you didn't get the resources is blasphemy.
As head coach, CL, it's your job to put together the team. It's not the AD's job. It's not the assistant coach's job. We're going off of your direction. Like, we think back to the Saints, we were going off of Sean Payton's direction that entire time. So that was that important. Another real quick before we get out of here, LSU spring ball. Yeah. The things that we're able to do in regards to, as we said, in the portal. Now we got an opportunity to really look at these guys and see exactly what LSU is working with. Chris, I'll come to you first. CL, I'm sorry. I'll come to you first. Brand new receiving core, right? You got Jackson Harris, you got Trey Harris, you got a couple of these guys, from over, from throughout the 55. You got a couple of guys, from different walks of life. We didn't go through the SEC to get a lot of our guys. Your thoughts on, the receiving core?
Well, my thoughts on the receiving core is I'm super focused on Tre'Davious Green. This is his year coming back. I think he's going to be the man coming back, and I look forward to big things from him. But offensively, I'm super excited for Caden Durham and Harlem Berry. I'm not the biggest Lane Kiffin coach, but what I do understand about Lane Kiffin when he was in Ole Miss, that Junkins led the SEC in rushing. And that's what I want LSU to get back to, running the football, leading the SEC in rushing. I'm excited for Harlem Berry and Mr. Durham.
No, definitely. I'm definitely excited for those kids as well. When you think about the quarterback room with Sam Levitt, and then you have what's my guy?
Hassan Longstreet from USC.
From USC, and then we have
what's the guy from last year? Van Buren?
He's out of there. Yeah. But the quarterback situation. I mean, it's Levitt's job to lose. Obviously, he's a part of the competition. But lastly here, your thoughts on the quarterback room in LSU.
I love it. Sam Levitt, best quarterback in the transfer portal. And then you got another 5-star prospect in Longstreet. And then you put them in a Lane Kiffin offense with a much improved offensive line, hopefully a much improved run game, new receiving core. Let's see what LSU's offense cooking.
No doubt. Well, this spring game is in April. Obviously, both teams are cooking and, getting their teams to get back in the college football playoffs. Like Tulane's looking at this, hey, we're not a team that's going to stick around. Right. We're a team that's going to really fight through the college football, to get back to it. And LSU, for sure, with Lane Kiffin, is doing the same thing. We want to take this time once again to thank our sponsor for all that they do, all of our sponsors, what they do for the show, but in particular, Health Nut System. Big ups to Dr. Kendra. Have been a huge asset to this show.
For sure.
And your products has done us good. I know CL has been doing his thing.
Well,
he is done.
Thank you, Don.
But we want you to look beautiful too. So visit stillbody.org for more information and order your products today. Well, y'all don't go anywhere, man, because we'll be joined by Chef Gason next. We're gonna talk about getting in the kitchen, baby. You know,
we grubbing in the kitchen.
We grubbing in the trenches with Chef Gason, baby.
right.
So look forward to talk to him about his journey and talk about his good cuisines as well. It's Inside the Trenches, baby, right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Yo, shout out Inside the Trenches, and especially the host Big Fave and CL.
You heard me? Shout out to ESPN Baton Rouge and United Studio Technologies. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Yo, Walla, bro.
What's up?
What's been on my mind lately, bro? I've been thinking about some birds, bro.
Are you trying to get fly?
I'm trying to get fly, bro.
Trying to get to the sky?
Like an eagle, like a parrot.
What about a vulture?
I got you. I don't really mess.
Okay, hold on.
Dodo.
I'm at the top, not the bottom, I'm real. Down in them bottles, we turned up for real. All in my pocket, I'm popping for real. Fly like a bird, guess we flocking for real. Got chest like I'm Nike, stripes like Adidas. I walk on the beat where I walk down your leader. Boy, this ain't no battle, but I am a leader. I feel like I'm pines on my flow is just cleaner.
Look, fly ball, handed like semi, no saucer. Again, coming fly, put your hands up like Costa. I'm in the mind and I'm tight like a poster. I'm in the whip trying to zoom like Noah. These for the roosters, they're squawking at me. Bird shot out hot when I'm parking the V. I'm in the sky getting high like a Doug, but I'm on the ground getting bread like a Doug. Look, I'm with the squad, we all flockin', we chirpin', we hit 'em like. I'm out with all the birds, we pull up in scoops, we skirtin' like. Don't give me no bird seed, I want it all, I want it. No, I don't need no bird bath. I want that bread cash, hit it light.
Came out ATL, so you know I keep wings. Peep things from the clouds, fell in love with three things. It's deposits, cash, and money. They try ripping wings and they can't take it from me. Homie, I've been fly since birth, fly since womb. I'm fly to the grave, fly to the tomb. Make a play and I'm up with the birds. They know I'm too fly, I don't care what you heard. I'm stepping like
quiet is kept, I'm better kept quiet. Flows gave me wings on the tracks, I start flying. They gave me that pressure, so now I apply. Can't do it, they say.
I can't listen to silence.
She wanted diamonds, I told her keep mining. She want Prince Charming, I told her go find him. I'm limitless, girl, I jujutsu Kaizen. Think I ain't fly, you Delulu, wildin'.
I'm with the flock, we all squawkin', we chirpin', we hit 'em like. I'm out with all the birds, we pull up in schools, we skirtin' like. Don't give me no bird seed, I want it all, I want it. No, I don't need no bird bath, I want that bread cash, hit it light.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Favorite. I'm here with my co-host, CL NOLA, and we are Inside the Trenches. Remember, if you are a student athlete, collegiate athlete, and even on some level pro, and you need some sports consultation, visit csportspros.com. That's right, csportspros.com. Recruiting experts will be able to help you navigate this recruiting process in the NIL era, transfer portal era. It's just a different case. It's a whole different situation. So we want to be sure that that you guys have the support you need. Visit csportspros.com. Well, our next guest is really not a stranger to the show.
Not at all.
And we want to send a big shout out before I tease my next guest. I'm going to go to my notes from my students here. We want to give a big shout out once again to Earth Tone and FlowState, fresh out of Loyola University. Okay. I mean, that music freestyle that they did was off the chain. Okay. And a big shout out to United Studios Technologies as well for the mic. But our next guest, and remember, y'all got to stick around after because we're going to have a cooking demo. My dude hook him up all the time. Y'all got to follow him on Facebook. We're going to get to that. But we want to welcome back onto the show Chef Gason, baby. Yes, indeed.
Welcome back,
Top chef, you know.
Come on. Why not?
Thanks for having me, baby. Hey, look, but real quick, I don't want to go off track, man, but when you say NIL, when you was playing with everything you was doing and the music and all that, you would have killed it, huh, bro?
Man, so listen.
You would have killed it, bro.
Shouts out to the Gordan McKernan injury attorneys. I went on a podcast with him and the professor, and we sat down. They did a value on me.
Come on.
You tell me how much what the professor does. That's who does Flaugier and all of the players like Gary Nussman. That's who does their NIL deals. Right. So coming out, so he does these values all the time. What did he value me at coming out of high school?
I would love to guess.
CL, you can use him as a 50-50 because CL might have a guess.
I would think Fave, knowing how much they're giving the quarterbacks now, knowing how much Underwood got him being a defensive lineman and an entertainer, I would put him probably at half of that, probably like 5.1.
Oh, really?
So
5.1 million.
Oh, damn.
Nah, I say, you gonna make me feel bad for my number.
You made boy.
You're an entertainer, brother. You're not just a football player. You're an entertainer.
Now, Big Mel from Trill Entertainment did tell me I would have probably made roughly about 7 to 8 bands a show.
I would say about 500.
You very close. They said 900, and then he said $1 million. So 900 to $1 million, but big ups to CL
but we talking about a 4-year deal, though. We talking about a 4-year ride.
I would have probably,
So that,
if I wouldn't hit, CL.
Come on, I'm your GM now, babe.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Put the numbers together.
So that's that's crazy. But no, that's a pretty good question. And I did have an opportunity to get that value. And it felt good. I just wish it would have felt good.
Right. But I always, like I say, that's one of, I deal with a lot of athletes, man. Matter of fact, I just came from, but anyway, I said, when you was playing, how much, like I went out, asked Reggie, I said, what you got? Man, Reggie. Reggie would have broke the
Reggie was the first NIL cat just cause.
Because, okay, let's take it back to Reg. This is something Reg got in trouble for, quote unquote, right?
Right.
We had summer jobs though. Right. Like it was legal for us to work, so we did summer jobs. And me, I dealt with the music back then too. Mm-hmm. So even back then, I would say, Big Fave appeared courtesy of Black Venom and Gauntlet
Records.
What
I was thinking. Yeah, that's
so
what I was thinking.
It's not illegal for Che and Fat to make money.
No.
And Tyler Abbott, they regular students. Right. I just showed up courtesy of them.
Yeah,
so it was those type of things that had to happen.
Flaugier get that bag.
Flaugier getting that bag.
She don't even got to go to the league as far as money wise.
Right,
now, of course, she want to play the game.
I thought it was smart that she stayed.
It's smart for all because of like gymnasts, basketball, women basketball, all of those sports, track and field. You making most of your money in college.
Right.
Track and field, you'll get a couple of deals with Nike and stuff like that but for the most part, they're making their money now, and even with the NFL players, like guys like Caleb Williams was considering going back.
Oh, Caleb was making more.
Yeah,
Caleb was making more.
How you go back? You can't go back. Huh?
Okay, so if you don't sign with an agent,
you can't go back.
So you could go to all these pro days on your own dime, and be evaluated, and say, I'm gonna just go back to college. That has happened. Mm-hmm. So those situations do occur as well.
Right. So, but you don't put on an NFL uniform.
No. You can't get an agent, so you can just go to the combine, you test out, you do what you do, you get evaluated, and they say, oh, maybe you're a third, fourth round pick. You thought maybe you might have been a first or second. You decide to go back to school, get back in the lab, and come out again because maybe there's less quarterbacks, there's less running backs, whatever your respective position is, you can be better next year and come out again.
You think the game has changed? You think it's better like this? You think it's?
Oh no, I'm a dinosaur. I prefer to. Back. I don't even want him to get paid, but I'm a dinosaur.
So I am a dinosaur from that Jurassic, right? So I'm the uncle that's looking back like, man, let them babies get their money because for me, and I'm thankful. It's crazy when I do, receive my payments from Gordan. I have a community engagement deal. It's an NIL deal,
right?
So they use my name, image, and likeness, like even on the show with the with the sport and stuff. So
on the billboards,
it does It does work to that way. Like I'm getting. I guess we could look at that like when the professor did the deal. Like this phase reparations for what was because it's still important. I do think. Like let's take my brother Ryan Clark. He hadn't took a snap in years, but he's still relevant. They were just showing him love at the Pelicans game. Yeah. He's keeping himself relevant.
You're looking a little old, Ryan. Just for men,
West
brother.
Bank, baby, So I look at it from that perspective, too. Like, you can still, like, LSU has a deal for the former players to get NIL deals.
Right.
You could hook up your link and people could buy your jerseys and you can get paid that way.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
We do have that as a matter of fact.
Get that 9-9.
Shouts out to my boy Eddie Kennison. He's the one him and Kevin Falk introduced me to that.
Oh.
That's
so wait. So you can get paid off of your jersey?
Yeah, I didn't go through that way because, at first it didn't look as attractive because we're not as current. But the fact that, you do have fans that'll take that time to say, man, I like that player when he played, and they'll buy your jersey and you split profits with. So we have a system. It hadn't been exercised by a lot of players.
Gotcha.
But there is a system because it's now. What's the difference between a former player and a current player at LSU?
You're right.
Young years, following the youth. But like me and Brandon, we represent the national championship teams. So the relevance is still there. So Chef is really we really have a celebrity chef on this. This man deal with pro athletes and he deals with professionals across the world
every day.
No, I just came for a couple of athletes and I see it. So I feel like I mean, I've never taken an NFL snap, but I'm around it.
You
know,
around
I'm
it.
around it every day, so I see all the stuff that goes on. And my thing, like when you said you a dinosaur, only thing I think about it, the NIL and all that, is that I think it messes up the drive. It's from what I see.
Right.
Because, you know, now I got my money.
I
I'm
agree
good
with you.
versus before.
Right.
I'm trying to get to the league. I got to take care of my mom and dad.
I agree with
now,
you.
Now I got let me go to LSU and let me get this big. I got the $2 million.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my family set up. And that dog ain't in you. I mean, you got that dog, but that dog.
And they almost forget that they're student athletes because now you get the scholarship, you forget that you're supposed to go to class.
Right, no, that's
you're
what I'm
supposed
saying.
to graduate.
When I was at
you know,
Ole Miss,
and how do you tell a kid with $2 million in his bank account to don't forget to go to class Monday morning?
I was at Ole Miss and I saw it.
So talk to me about that. That's recently, obviously, you got family at Ole Miss.
Yeah. So I'm like, bro, you know, they good. And I'm like, no, go to the gym. Go work out. Go run some routes, man. Go do something, man. You know, that's what I was raised on seeing. You know, when we work out. I used to watch, man, God, dog. I used to watch Reggie Bush work out like he was insane. And was he like a dominant player? No, I mean he did his thing, but he wasn't like no dominant player. But he did his thing, and the way that man worked out, I used to be like, bruh.
Well, you know what's crazy,
like,
Chef?
bruh.
You know what's crazy? We interviewed the great Charles Haley, Hall of Fame Charles Haley. And he told us he doesn't even really watch football anymore because the game has changed.
Yeah.
You know, the game is so different now. You know, the things that he did in the league, they would suspend him for 3 weeks.
Oh,
What he used to do the quarterback.
That's different.
That's
Yeah,
what LT said too. LT said the same thing.
So it's different now, and I'm not mad at the kids for getting the bag and getting to it. I just think that we've lost the lackluster of
That's
wanting
my thing.
to not only be a student athlete, but because I don't even think they realize the generational money that they're getting is for them to change their family's trajectory,
Right.
Not to come to practice in a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Which I'm not mad at them because
I'm not
y'all
mad
know
at
if I
them
would have
either.
got y'all know the type of things.
Marlon, you was raised, man. You go take that quarterback head off, take his head off.
Oh, for sure, for free.
right. And it was a different grind. It was a different economy too. Like we do got to factor that in as well. It was for certainly a time where, I mean, gas was still $1.87, and this is post Katrina. It crept up to $2 probably as I was approaching the league. You know, I'm taking y'all back 2009, 2010, but the summer jobs helped us sustain. But it was an insult. I'll be honest about this.
You said it was an insult?
To a certain extent, yeah. Like, okay,
$10
we
hour.
grinding it out. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Hello, somebody.
Come on. Shouts out to Gordan McKernan.
Big ups. I mean, look, I worked for the McKernan law firm. That was one of my off-season jobs, like my third year. You know, so that was, big ups to Big J, RIP to Gordan and Jay's dad. But, that man showed a lot of us love. A lot of our LSU players worked at this law firm. And I mean, I worked with.
What did you do? You ran papers or something? What did you do?
Yeah, I sat at the computer. It was a very intense job. I sat at the desk. I had some papers to shred. You had to do some filing. It was intense. I wasn't doing intake.
And paper cuts are killer.
I went in law school, but I worked for the law firm.
But I know somebody at LSU. His job was to make sure the water system.
There you go. Yeah,
came on and off,
exactly.
and it was timed.
Right.
So he didn't have to touch nothing. He had to make sure it just came on.
How
much he got paid, I don't know.
Hello. I mean,
you ain't got to work hard. You just got to be there.
But it didn't equate. That's why I say we were a bit disgruntled at times because, okay, this happened. We watched them, this might have been in 2005, build a $20 million academic facility. Then the next, that's cool with them, And they made it known it's the football money. And then Mike the Tiger gets a $4 million habitat.
Oh, my.
So wait, let's get Mike maybe a $2.5 million habitat. Let us get some. Let's split the athletic department, split the, so that was the thing. And then we couldn't earn then. So, you brought up Ryan Clark. I thought about a case he made where this is on the NCAA. They could have jumped ahead of this a long time ago. This thing would be contained, and we may have a little time in our next segment to talk about this, CL. But Nick Saban sat down with Donald Trump and that entire, I guess, Department of Finance or whatever about this deal, which is going to be very hard to touch. And I see where Coach Saban's coming from, but Coach Saban got to realize he coming from this perspective, making $2-3 million a year, $4-5 million a year, and all of your players are not going to make it to the NFL. So I do believe that they do need to bring some type of control,
structure,
some type of guess a better word, CL. Let me take that back. Not control, structure to it. Maybe I know that you can only hit the portal so many times. Like they got one portal. That was the first step. Right. But you can't go back on the money. You can't. I mean,
and once you sign, you got to be a man of your word. You got to be a man of your signature and do what you say you're gonna do. You can't be sitting in class, sign, and then you get a text from another guy and they offering you an extra $1 million and you renege.
And then those guys that do that need to be punished.
Yeah, you can't renege on you signing your name on a dotted line. I think we're getting out of hand with it,
Yeah, and I mean, and Shep, your perspective is much different because, you've cooked. I know you travel with Reggie Bush, me and Mike McKenzie. So you have your daughter's, obviously her fiance is in the NFL. So you've been around. So your perspective is cool. I mean, I guess talk to us about like some of these private dinners that you do and like what it's like chefing for us athletes.
Well, the thing about that is what I like about that. First of all, it's like they don't hold back on nothing. They're like, Chef, okay, you do you. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go out to Arizona. We're doing this big old party out there, and it's like I get to bring my team. We're going out there. They got it all laid out for me, and I get to and I look at it like this. I'm an older cat. And these are young dudes, you know what I mean? So this is new money. This is a new world. And so I get to experience them to something, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm in control, you know what I mean? Because I'm getting ready, to experience them to something different at a whole nother level that it messes them up.
Right.
It just messes them up. My dog's kind of used to it because she sees it. But, I come in, this is like Michelin star, James Beard, award-winning type meal.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And they get to see that and versus, okay, I got the money, but not know what they're getting. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're not, because some of these guys hire me, they coming in, okay, you got a chef of my caliber, and they want me to make mac and cheese and fried chicken. You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah.
I'll be like, okay, I can do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You gotta, so go ahead. What's a dish that you would like to, like? Okay, you going to obviously Arizona,
okay,
to their professional team, and cook for them. Are those people? These are brothers that are big,
right?
But they gonna want that on. What's a dish that you want to make, or like a course, a 3-course?
Well, okay,
dish?
say they would like a steak or something like that, but I want to give them the best. I want to give them Wagyu or something like that. Matter of fact, and then and then we got the first. Matter of fact, the first course is a caviar course. Who would that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they don't know what that. You know what I mean? But I'm experiencing them to that with their little, with the toast bread and the different the caviar and the eggs and all that other stuff. And it's good. It really is good. And then they would look at it initially with somebody like on TV or something. Man, I wouldn't eat that. But once they try it, they be like, "Damn, chef, this is good." Blah 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 like that. Then the second course. No, I got you. I'm so funny. You asked me that.
That's what I wanted to lay. Yeah. I know.
The second course we're doing some. We're going to do some charred oysters. We're going to do some charred oysters because they want that Louisiana experience. And the third course is, check it out. That ain't bad. You're going to see it on my social media, man. We're crusting. We're going to smoke a tenderloin, and then we're going to crust it with gold flakes.
Okay.
True.
Let them boys eat some gold since they spinning gold.
Gold flakes on the steak. We're gonna smoke it, then sear it off. We have gold flakes on it. It's just something different, you know what I mean? And then initially in their head, like, Chef, man, because I get this a lot. Man, Chef, what is this you putting in front of me, man?
Right.
I don't know, but once they get it and they eat it, they're like, wow.
That's usually how it happens.
That's usually how it happens. Or like a lot of them, I deal with a lot of dietitians, nutritionists from the teams. Mm-hmm. They'll say, okay, so-and-so can have this, he can't have gluten, da-da-da-da-da-da. So I got to come in there and still give them a good quality meal. It would make it taste good. But it has to be gluten free. It has to be dairy free.
No MSG.
No MSG can't be because different. Because every week, did they do that when you did they evaluated your body to let you know what you could eat at that time and what
Don't
you can't
remind me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get those every Tuesday. Okay, so and so can have this. He don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm pretty sure he sees it, but I get it, and I go in there. And so just say, okay, he can't have fried foods or he's gluten free. So I'll do like gluten free flour. I'll air fry the chicken, and it'll be on point.
Right.
And then he don't know he's not getting fried. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
So,
to him this good regardless.
to him it's
He don't
good.
know.
It's a perfection.
You know what I mean? But if you read it on paper, you gonna be like, man, I don't want, you know.
Yeah, he don't.
Yeah, you hook it up. Shut down and hide it behind the
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, I had it back in the day when I worked for Stacey Allman, man. He didn't onion celery bell peppers, man. I'm like, Stacey, you in New Orleans, bro. So what I would do, I'll take the onion celery bell pepper. And they say he didn't like it. He just didn't like it. I would puree it up, put it in whatever I was mixing so it had that that flavor, and then he eating it, tearing it. Oh man, chef, this is good. See, I told you I can't no onion celery bell pepper. I made my mind. I'm like, man,
You
this
don't
is
even know that's what is in there. But honestly, that's what you do to children. You don't, because how many children tell you they don't like onions until you caramelize them and and break it down and still give it to them. They be like, oh, it's good. But chef, I have actually a request. I have a request because, obviously this is Grubbing in the Trenches on ESPN. My request from you would be a chill crab meat lasagna.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Now I do my studying. I do my studying. But I also have a question for you. I understand that you have some seasonings and they're in the local stores now. Could you elaborate on that and how you got to that level, brother?
I teamed up with an attorney. Her name is Kara Johnson, and we got together and we made a season called a Cook Shop, and we just did it messing around. And then that's just so fun. You guys got me thinking. It's crazy, man. This is how God works, man. We was just demoing somewhere, and then the owner of Rouse's, so I can't make this up, going to a Saints game.
Come on.
Going to a Saints game. And we was just sampling out when people walk, and he walked by. And I said, man, that's and I started chopping him up. But hey, I'm Chef Gason, work for blah, 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 blah. And he didn't really pay attention. And so now I need I need his ear. So I started dropping names. And, oh, really? Oh, okay. So I gave him the seasoning. Then he said, hey, man, come next week, come to the main headquarters, and and let's talk. So I went out there and he said, I want you to do the same thing you're doing here, but do it for the team. Went to the main headquarters, did it for the team. Next thing you know, about a month later, we was on the shelves.
Wow.
But that's just how it is when you're in the right place at the right time. And
it's a beautiful
and
Louisiana
just things
story.
working. And we didn't even. I didn't know that man, Donnie Rouse. That's his name. I had nobody. I didn't know he was when he walked by.
Wow.
Yeah, nobody was name tag.
No,
for the same
and then the lady that the property that we was on, she would know who that is. No. Oh, as soon as I said, oh man, so I started dropping names. I'm so and so. I done did that.
Yeah, for real. That's how you conversation rule a nation, baby. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, and then that's how it happened, man. So it's good. It's going good. It's going well. We know all the Rouses, man, and that's a lot of fun, man. And that just started out as a conversation. And that's an attorney. Kara Johnson's an attorney.
Right.
And that's something she's always wanted to do. And she talked to me. She brought me on. I remember her many evenings, man. We was in the kitchen. I don't like that. And she like it. I don't like it. We did that for like a couple of months. And I'm like, man, this ain't going to work. Because she likes something, I don't like it. She like it, I like it. And one day it just hit like, this is it.
This is it.
This is it.
Right time.
And that took like 2 months. And I'm like, look, I can't keep coming over and make sense.
It's starting to become too much now.
But it all worked out.
Right, but it all worked. But the funny thing about it, you just got to stay on that grind, keep it pushing, because you never know. None of that was scripted. I had no idea that man was going to walk by.
That is. Timing is everything.
Right. Timing is everything.
And word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Like I said, I know you even traveled with Reggie Bush when he went to Detroit.
When he went to Miami.
Miami, I meant to say that the first day when he went to Miami. 22. And, like you say, you do a decent job with one guy. And, who's your chef? So
word of mouth.
I just came from Kayvon Looney house. I just did his dinner. I just finished backup center for the
Pels. That's
cool.
And then
while I was sitting out there, Coach Green, Willie Green from the Pelicans.
Yeah, because Coach never moved. He still stayed on.
He hit me up. They want me to come through Thursday.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I still do it a lot. I mean, Alante Taylor, I had him, but now he gone.
Right.
That's all right. We'll get you in Tennessee because Alante got that bag today. And congratulations, Alante Taylor. You know, obviously we all met at the HBCU
2 years ago. Yeah, that's
game,
right.
and we talked about your value. And brother, I'm so glad you got what you felt like you was worth. 3 years, $60 million with a guaranteed $48 million. Congratulations, Mr. Taylor.
He just couldn't work out here for me.
I couldn't afford to pay him that, baby.
There you go. Well, you know he the GM for the Saints.
I couldn't afford to pay him. Not at a slot corner.
He's worth it.
Not at
Tennessee,
slot
I think
corner.
so. Yeah,
they're gonna put him on the outside. I have my outside
spot.
corners with Kool-Aid and Riley. So at rookie deals.
And then still in their rookie deal.
Right. So I couldn't afford to give a slot corner a guaranteed $48 million, 3 years, $60 million.
Now, if you still didn't address it and you really like Alante, then you hook him up with a deal like that. But the best deal for him was to go to Tennessee.
Alante was something cooking for him, and he just let me, hey, chef, just do you, man. Just whatever. I want chicken, I want ribs, I want them. I said, I got you, baby.
That's fire, man. I'm just to watch you, Chef, from when we first met back in the early 2010s to now, to still be at it. You know, now we grubbing in the trenches. Oh, Chef, before we go, I know you and I talked about it. We want to go ahead and let the folks on the show know, man, each week when you do your cooking demos, we're going to feature some of them on here. So y'all don't go nowhere. We will show one of Chef's demos when we go to break real quick. We do got to roll out here in a second, Chef, but before we go, talk to our viewers about what you have coming up. That's your camera over there, and how they can get in contact with you.
Check it. I would believe. Check this. I'm getting ready to go to be at the Masters, man. You know
wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out there for a whole week in April, man. They pick different chefs around the country, and they fly me back out there. This is my 3rd year in a row. I'm gonna be out there, so I'm excited about that. Now that's
big.
That's fire.
Come on, baby. That's big.
That's on a whole.
Tell Tiger I holler.
Another level, dog.
That's on a even. But see that once again, that's how God works. Because even my first year there, I was in that kitchen. I'm not like I'm very cocky. I ain't like that, man. I was in that kitchen. I was like, bruh, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here with these dudes. When I say there was some chefs in there, all I did was I found my lane. And boom, boom, boom. 2 years, first year, the second year. First year I got my rhythm. I was just checking out the scene and trying to find my spot. The second year I got my rhythm. 3rd year I won Chef of the Year.
That's fire.
Congratulations,
Chef of the
brother.
Year. Because they said I was consistent. I worked hard, and like I said, I knew what I can do. I didn't try to go outside of my wheelhouse to make myself look crazy. You know what I mean? Because you got chefs from all over the world, man. They be coming with it.
But that Louisiana cuisine.
No. I'm getting ready to get you, bro. I know we gotta go. I'm getting ready to get you. One day they said, Chef, hook up. We had fried chicken and stuff like that. And they don't know nothing about no gumbo and all that stuff.
Right.
I went in that refrigerator, man. I took that chicken, I peeled all that chicken off that bone. After fried chicken at that, I found some sauce in there, did a Holy Trinity. I had that whole place smelling like roux.
Come on, man.
Man, they didn't even know what that was, bro. That's what, I mean, they know what roux is, stuff like that, but no one made gumbo and stuff like that, man. I made some gumbo with some leftover fried chicken that I peeled off the bone. Man, I had, bro, this just how I knew I had them. I had the custodians come around the corner with paper, with plastic bowls. Hey, chef, you got some of that gumbo? I got you, baby. I got you.
Top chef, you know.
But that's how it goes. So I'm going to be at the Masters, man, so I'm excited about that. But, I'm always, you can book me for private dinners and things like that. My Instagram is chef_Gason, Gason. You can just Google me, Chef Gason. Always going to pop up. My website is www.chefgason.com. Everything pops up. But I'm always doing private dinners. I'm always all over the place. So after the Masters, then I go to Arizona. Then I'm going to going back to Minneapolis. So
come on,
so that got some cool stuff going on.
Paisley Park, huh?
That's what I'm talking about. Well, y'all be sure to follow him again at chef_Gason on all social media platforms. You won't be disappointed. And stick around right now. We're going to show one of his cooking demos. Chef, thank you once again for coming on the show, baby. Top Chef, is Inside the Trenches, baby. Right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. We'll be out. Peace.
But
we'll be back.
I hadn't had both of you at the show. Stuff in the past, but when he asked me to come on, I was like, man, I am there. Look, I used to be Reggie Bush's chef back in the day on that great Super Bowl run. Super Bowl this Sunday, so we're gonna talk about some cool things during that Super Bowl run that we did, and I'm show you guys a cool recipe I used to do all the time for Reggie back in the day. This is an awesome way to marinate meats, to make meats tender. It's Epi's. It's a someone very special to me in New York shared this recipe with me, and I ran with it all the time. I put it on everything. Now you can just use this to marinate what it is that you want to make, and then once you take it out the marinade, you can add whatever flavors you want to add to it to intensify. But I'm telling you, this thing is a game changer. Game changer. It's a Haitian marinade, Epi's, but I creolize it. Let me show you what we do, all right? How I creolize it, what I did is I put the Holy Trinity. Put the Holy Trinity. Check me out now. What I do, I take cilantro. I like the stems. I take cilantro and parsley. I put that in. Then I put the Holy Trinity, like I said. I put celery. Nice, nice. I put onion, because we're creolizing it. Put a bell pepper. Okay, I'll put a half of a bell pepper in here. I'm gonna blend this bad boy up in a minute, but I'm telling you, it adds so much flavor. I'm gonna add lime juice to it, all right? Where's my lime juice? My lime juice. I'm gonna add lime juice to it. Cajun, your favorite hot sauce. I use that sauce out the bayou. Put some that sauce in it, like so. Some chicken base. Chicken base. Add some garlic, whole garlic. Some green onions. And I like to definitely try to get some of the white parts. So what I do, like so, I'm gonna add the green onions. And this is a base. I'm telling you, it just adds the lime like helps tenderize it, and all the other flavors just come together. Then we're gonna add thyme, oregano, Cajun, your favorite Cajun season. Put that in like so. Then we add some olive oil. Just add that in there like so. We add that all in like so. And what you're gonna do, what we used to do, like before the game, I would, whatever it is I was making, we was making ribs, chicken, roast, whatever. I would take it before the game. I would marinate it. So they're all during the game is marinating. I'm gonna show you a spatchcock chicken. Is where you take the bones out. We'll get to that. But it was, this was it. This was it. All right. What we're gonna do. So like I said, we got the cilantro, we got parsley, we got green onions, we got the Holy Trinity, we got garlic. What else we got? We got lime juice, hot sauce, a little chicken base, a little salt and pepper. Let me add some more. A little salt and pepper if I didn't add it. And there we go. Let's see. Tell you, this was it. Not even overpowering, nothing. And you definitely can take it and go in a different direction if you want to. But it got a nice base. Like I said, the lime's going to help break down the muscles, tissues, enzymes, whatever, and it's going to make it become tender. I'm telling you, this is it. And now, if you want to go more spicy, you can. If you want to go Italian, you want to go Mediterranean, if you want to go Asian, it's up to you. But you got an awesome base, and this was going to help tenderize it and add flavor. So we're doing spatchcock chicken, all right? What all it is just make it flat, take out the bones, and it helps cook it evenly, makes the skin crispier. So I'm gonna take some of the Eppies, that Creole that I creolize, put a little bit in like so. Oh, that is perfect, perfect consistency. I'm gonna take that spatchcock chicken. Then I'm going to, let's do it like this. We're gonna rub around like so. Then we're gonna turn it over. Okay. Yes. Nice, nice. Now, like I said, this is my Creole version of Eppies, and I'm gonna let this marinate. I'm gonna let this marinate for about an hour. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. But this is right. This is it. Matter of fact, I want to get underneath. I want that thing all up underneath the skin. I want to get all up under there. All up under there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. I want the Eppies all up in there. Perfect, perfect. Okay, there we go, guys. This is gonna sit for about an hour, all right? Then we're gonna throw this bad boy on the grill. We throw it in the grill, you throw it in the oven, it's up to you, all right? But we're gonna throw it on the grill. Here we go. Check it out. What we did is we charred it on the grill for about 15, 20 minutes. And I throw it in the oven. All right, throw it in the oven. Put that nice crust on it. Got that smoky flavor from the grill. Remember the Epsi that we put on it? All that is to do is just to tenderize, bring more flavor, and it helps keep it moist. I mean, it's a game changer. And that's that Creole version of Eppies. All right. So let's check it out. Look at that crust. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You can see the spices and the herbs and everything going on in there. I want to make sure you see it. And that just marinated for like an hour. Oh. Make sure you see it. And all they did was marinate for like an hour. All they did was marinate like an hour. You can do it overnight, but like I said, I would put it on before the game. I would marinate it if I was going in the morning, marinate it before the game. And after the game, I would come home. I would come back to the house, and then we would, whatever it is that we want to do. All right? So when I bring this to Marlon and them, I'm just going to give him a nice little salad, coated pecan, strawberries, candy maple vinaigrette, and this Eppies, this Creole version of Eppies. Oh, yeah. This is nice. I just want a piece for something. I want a piece. Oh, there we go. Man, that's serious right there. That is serious right there. Now all you do is you can, however you want to cut it. Remember, it's deboned, so go right down the middle. See that hot? Take it. Put it right there like so. Look at that. That's a winner right there. What football player wouldn't want that after a football game? My Creole version of Eppies. Used to do it all the time for Reggie Bush back in the day when we won the Super Bowl. Hope Marlon and them like it. I really do want to eat it, but I'm going to say it for Marlon and them. Hey, I'll see you in a little while. Inside the trenches with Marlon Favorite. Like I always say, Chef Gason, too easy. I hope Marlon and them ready for this.
Are you waiting on college coaches to notice you? What if I told you there's a way to get real colleges to reach out to you with scholarship offers and a financial package? If you are a junior or a senior who is serious about playing football on the next level and having school paid for, well, this video for you. Hello, somebody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marlon Big Favorite. As a defensive lineman, I won a national championship with LSU in 2007 and then won a Super Bowl championship with the New Orleans Saints in 2009. Today, I'm a part of a broadcasting team who does the pre- and post-game analysis for the LSU Tigers. You might catch me on other media outlets talking sports as well. But here's what I'm mostly passionate about. My real job is running Conquer Sports Professionals. At our New Orleans and Baton Rouge's facilities, we specialize in elite training for high school and college-bound football players. We provide position-specific training, strength and conditioning, and speed training to help our athletes dominate on the field. But that's just part of what we do. The big part of what we do is we help high school football players secure offers to play college football and pay for their education. Here's the reality most players face. High school coaches just don't have enough time to do all the recruiting work that you need. You show up to 7-on-7s and camps, hoping some coaches will notice you out of 500-some kids. What usually happens is you waste your entire weekend because nobody was actually watching you. Most guys just throw their applications into a void, hoping something sticks. That's not strategy. That's gambling with your future. Here's where we're different. We have a network of 1,000 coaches and scouts representing every level of college football from Division I FBS, FCS, Division II, Division III, NAIA, and junior colleges. We start with a complete skill assessment. We discuss your football and your educational goals. Then, based off your talent, we personally contact coaches and scouts who are looking for exactly what you bring to the table. We don't send out emails. We make direct, personal contacts. Why does our approach work so well? Because me and my team here at Conquer has years of experience in the sports world. Our network is broad and vast, and we can get you in front coaches and scouts who can offer you a spot. Here's what this means for you. Number one, you never have to worry about what to say, how to say it, or when to say it. You just show up, play your best, and let the results take care of themselves. Number two, when a coach responds, we personally prep you for each call and visit. We walk you through what to expect, what to say, and how to make a strong first impression. Our team of former NCAA and NFL players manages the outreach, sending and replying to messages every single day. This makes it almost impossible not to get noticed by a college program. But we don't just reach out randomly. We write messages to show real intent, why you like their school, references to their program, and their academic reputation. We make it personal, real, and human. We have direct contacts and relationships with the decision makers. So a coach just don't see a name or a stat. They see you, a player that belongs in their locker room, and they trust that we will only send players that fits their program. Now, I can't cover everything in this short video, but if you like what you heard so far, or if you're even a little bit interested, click the link below and book a call with our team. Worst case scenario, you leave with a clear plan on how to control your recruiting process. Best case scenario, we work together and you sign a college offer with a scholarship. And if it doesn't work, we'll keep on working. We'll find a way to get you somewhere. There are tons of opportunities out there, and we'll help you discover them. So is this worth 30 minutes of your time? Absolutely. The only real risk is doing nothing and watching another season go by without hearing from a school you should be playing for. Even if you're unsure or on the fence, book a call anyway. The application just takes minutes. And if we can't help you, we'll let you know right away. Click the link below, and we'll see you on the call. Hello, somebody.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Come on. Look. Hello, somebody. It's time to move your body. Yo, thank y'all so much for joining us today on the show. Big ups to all our guest chef Gason for coming through. I hope y'all enjoyed the cooking demo. Big ups to my co-host CL NOLA. You know he be rolling. My boys Chris Limbo over there. My man CL we're chilling over there. Lil Chris representing.
Lil Chris.
And once again, I want to give a big shout out. Hold up. Let me make sure I got it right now. I want to give a big shout out to Earth Tone and FlowState, straight out of Loyola, for gracing us. And once again, United Studio Technologies, thank y'all so much. Gordan McKernan Injury Attorneys, proud sponsor Inside the Trenches. Get Gordan and get it done. 504-800-8888. Get Gordan, get it done. And remember, you can visit getgordan.com/teach. GetGordan.com/teach if you want to nominate any teachers of the month, janitors of the month, cafeteria workers of the month, whomever at your job, school, definitely hit up that link. Let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. We would love to show y'all some major love. Big ups to Health Nut System as well for all that they do for the show, Dr. Kendra. Visit stillbody.org for more information. And Conquer Sports Pros, baby. You want to get recruited. You want to have an opportunity to train and get better. Visit csportspros.com for more information. Big ups to UP and all of my crew over here, my production team over here at Loyola, doing such a wonderful job. Big ups to all of you guys for tuning in with us. Remember, we'll be back here next Monday, 6:30 p.m. I see Hannah Montana. We just big shout outs for all y'all. Tobi. We have everybody up in there. Big ups to Damian and the rest of our crew. And listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all for subscribing to the show and being a huge asset to us each week. We appreciate y'all. And what'd you say, CL? My bad.
Man, I just want to shout out to special guests in the hallway that come to the studio and show us love. I mean, I would be remorse not to mention that I might be the biggest Mac fan uptown. You heard me? So shouts out to that boy Macadon.
Big ups to Mac and Diesel in the building and the rest of the crew, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Check out the show as well. And again, y'all, enjoy the week. It's Monday Fun Day. We'll see y'all again next week. Same time, 6:30 p.m., same place, ESPN Baton Rouge. For the crew here, peace and blessings. Y'all enjoy the week. Hello, somebody. Peace.